Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Oof, I'm sitting on my sweater. Ugh. Hello, Sandia Roja. She is a Sandia, and she is Roja. Es la Sandia Roja. Y vino con cumbia. Es la Sandia Roja. Tucutu, tucutu, tucutu. Es la Sandia Roja. Tucutu, tucutu. Tienes buen tema, Sandia. Welcome, everybody. Blue Witch presents Coffee Break with Laura González. My name is Laura González, and this is the Coffee Break. I welcome you all. Hello, Fascinarte. How are you, my darling? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Es la sandía roja. Es la sandía roja. Anyway, I hope you're all doing okay. Today is Friday. Today you must have received the email with the newsletter for the month of May. Do not tell anybody the clue. I will ask you on Wednesday what is the clue, and the first person that writes the clue will get a 30% discount on any of Blue Witch services. Hello, Silver Witch. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we're doing tarot for the weekend. We're going to use the Unbridled Spirit Tarot because we really like this one a lot. And we're going to do a B Tarot. And then we're going to do the classic Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. Why are they all coming upside down? I don't know. I don't make the rules. The universe makes the rules. So let's get started with the Unbridled Spirit Tarot. Unbridled Spirit Tarot. Somebody correct me if I'm saying that word wrong. I think I'm saying it right. Unbridled? Unbridled? But is it a hard D at the end or a soft D? Unbridled or unbridled? Spirit Tarot. Let's see what it has for us today. All right, let's breathe. We ask the divine to let us see what needs to be seen and that information be used for the greater good. And we have one card. Ooh, look at that. This is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. And what is the Knight of Pentacles having in store for us today? Cups, Swords, Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. It came out right side up. He looks cute. He looks cute. So the Knight of Pentacles says, there everybody can see it. It's a long one, so bear with me. A leather worker stands lost in thought, surrounded by the tools of his trade and some exquisite costume works. He takes great care in what he does, putting time and attention into each piece. He believes if something is worth doing, it's worth doing carefully and completely. The spirit of the Knight of Pentacles is not what most picture when they imagine a knight. His actions are anything but abrupt and fiery. When the time comes, he knows being rational and methodical can win battles too. Look at what struggles you might be facing and ask yourself if you could stand to temper your approach with the spirit of this grounded knight. I love it. Love, love, love it. The spirit of the Knight of Pentacles is not what most picture when they imagine a knight. His actions are anything but abrupt and fiery. When the time comes, he knows being rational and methodical can win battles too. Look at what struggles you might be facing and ask yourself if you could stand to temper your approach with the spirit of this grounded night. I love the message. Like I said before, this tarot deck I really like, and I can't wait to have them on the show. I don't know if one of them or if both of them will come. Tina Tack Anderson and the art by Dianita. Um, I don't know. I don't even know when they will come to the show, but I am hoping that I can have them on Lunatic Monday soon because I really like their work. Hello, La Dancy Nancy, and hello, Masas Mundo. Oh, two of my favorite people have just arrived. And hello, KPF. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see what the second pull for today tells us. This is going to be from the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. And this I will interpret. Hi, beautiful. This I will interpret. We're going to pull two cards. 1 and 2. So we have another knight, and he is reversed. Hello, Christine Ashworth. How are you, my love? It's been a long time. So we have another knight. This is the Knight of Swords, and he is reversed. And believe it or not, the Knight of Swords reverse and the Knight of Pentacles kind of tell you the same message. Where the Knight of Swords is usually running with his thoughts, his ideas, it will be the physical representation of running with scissors, right? This guy, even though he's wise, when we have the card right side up, when we have the card right side up, we can be talking about like, yeah, problem solving and being quick. But when he reversed, he's telling us a little bit about don't jump to conclusions, don't move too fast, don't run with scissors. Things can be damaged actually if we don't strategize. So if we combine the Knight of I can't read. Knight of Swords reverse with the Knight of Pentacles right side up, they're both telling us to strategize, to bide our time, and to try to be more logic. And then we might naturally wonder, but why? And unfortunately, it's because we have a Nine of Swords. I can just let you look at the card and you can draw your own conclusions. But this is one of the cards that I like the least from the tarot. It's not a bad card because there are not bad cards. Cards on the tarot represent our life experiences, and this is one of disappointment, disillusion, and us having a nightmare where the other shoe is going to drop, and then we wake up and the shoe has dropped. So if you're going through a big disappointment, big disenchantment, a moment in which you are disenamored from a situation, it makes sense that you want to move quickly out and away from it. However, don't be too impulsive will be the message. You know, yes, you want to run away. Yes, you want to, flip the desk and just run. But the Knight of Swords reverse is telling you to hold on, to not be impulsive. I know a lot of us would like to run out and away out of this planet. But alas, if we go to Mars, we might not exist more than a second. So, we are being advised to stay put, be patient, regroup, re-strategize, all the good things. The next person that just arrived, rare gems. There you go. NS Rare Gems. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we have one more card for you for today. Not without me telling you the scavenger hunt. So you all who sign up for the newsletter, you received the newsletter today. Within the newsletter, there's a clue for the scavenger hunt. Don't tell anybody the clue. Keep it to yourself. On Wednesday, on the coffee break for Wednesday, at any given moment, I will ask for that clue. And the first person who types in the clue gets a 30% discount on any of my services. La Dancy Nancy says, I saw the clue. Don't tell anybody the clue. Come back on Wednesday from begin to end. I don't know when I'm going to ask for the clue. But the first person who types the clue gets a 30% off on any of my services. Why are we doing this giveaway 30% off? Because we have just reached 3,000. I wish it was 30,000. 3,000 followers on Instagram. So help us grow, because when we get the 4,000 people, we might do a 40% discount. When you get 5,000 people, we might do at least 150% off, and so on and so forth. We don't know where this crazy thing is going to take us, but for now, La Dancy Nancy says, I saw the clue, so you at least have one contestant there. So stay put and stay tuned for Wednesday. And of course, I want to remind you, on Tuesday, I'm going to be part of the Goddess Within Summit. I'm going to be teaching about the Mesoamerican Mother Goddesses. And then on May 3rd, I will be at our Sorcery Hour talking about Chantico and Huitzilopochtli. You really don't want to miss any of those two opportunities. The Goddess Within is free. The Goddess Within Summit, that's free. And or Sorcery Hour, I think you pay $40 to access all the classes. So they're both very affordable. Into the Hive with the Bee Tarot. One more card. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so we have one card right away. And she is the Queen of Jars, and she came out reverse. But I got the noise here that I need to pull two. So here I am. Okay. And they're both reverse. Now remember, reverse cards are no bad cards. And there are no bad cards. They're life existence. So we have the Princess of Swords and the Queen of Jars, and they're both reverse. And it makes sense because we're talking about possibly a disappointment. So I'm sorry if people are going through some sort of disappointment, but such is life. And I mean, if you're alive in this world at this time and you're not disappointed, are you alive? There you go. This is the Queen of Jars. Look at her, so magnificent and regal and beautiful. So the Queen of Jars came reversed for us today. Ooh, it's a mouthful. All right, let's see what she has to say. This person is seen as insipid, oversensitive, and unwilling to accept the emotional viability of other people. They can be selfish and often cruel with their remarks. This is a person who is envious of other people's successes and will thrive on gossip and rumor. Their gullibility will often see them imagining scenarios that result in them believing the world is against them. So when we read tarot and we find people of the court, there are two schools of thought. The one is that that person is somebody around you and that they're bringing that energy to you. The second one that I prefer personally on my interpretations is, are you embodying this energy at this moment, right? Because we can embody all 78 cards. So whether it's you or somebody else, let's heed the advice and act wisely and accordingly. This person is seen as insipid, otherwise oversensitive, and unwilling to accept the emotional viability of other people. They can be selfish and often cruel with their remarks. This is a person who is envious of other people's successes and will thrive in gossip and rumor. Their gullibility will often see them imagining scenarios that result in them believing the world is against them. That could be anybody's hurt ego at any given moment. And then we have the Priestess of Swords, reverse as well. Okay, where are the swords? Priestess of Swords, the Princess of Swords. There she is. Look at this little girl. So we have the Princess of Swords, but she is reversed. Oh my. I can only imagine. What's going on? Are we getting paranoid, friends? It's okay if we're a little paranoid, but let's just not park there forever. This person sees enemies everywhere and suffers greatly from imposter syndrome and feeling inferior to her peers. Unable to articulate this, she will overcompensate by trying to appear clever, but this know-it-all attitude isolates her from the very people that initially had her back. This person sees enemies everywhere and suffers greatly from imposter syndrome and feeling inferior to her peers. Unable to articulate this, she will overcompensate by trying to appear clever, but this know-it-all attitude isolates her from the very people that initially had her back. So I see a theme on our reading for today, and the theme will be we're angry, we're disappointed, we are distrusting people, and we are not feeling ourselves 100%, right? We're feeling, according to the reading that we have today, we have a Knight of Pentacles that is advising us to strategize. We have a Knight of Swords reverse that is telling us to hold on and to not move too quickly. We have a Nine of Swords that is telling us, yeah, this is a big disappointment, big disillusion. And then we have the Queen of Cups and the Princess of Swords, both talking about insecurities, feelings being hurt, isolation, trying to be a know-it-all, etc. So it doesn't seem like it's gonna be a super easy, we're ready to coast weekend, right? If we allow ourselves to get too much in our heads and to get too much in our bruised egos, then it's gonna be a challenge. However, remember, having a tarot reading and hearing and heeding the messages from the tarot, it is intended for you not to say, oh, this is my fate and destiny and there's nothing I can do. Quite the opposite. If the tarot is telling you, hey, you're heading into a collision, change the course. I know it's not easy, and if you're disappointed or upset or all of the things, then you, your spirit, yourself might benefit from going through all these feelings and emotions that are a little challenging, right? So now you know you're going into a collision, put on some pads and go for it, right? Let it happen. If you believe in your soul that you ought to live through the situation. But if you think you can save yourself, don't react quickly like the Knight of Swords, but strategize. Bide your time and make the right moves, even if they're not immediate. You know, we're dwelling on a bruised ego. It's very painful. Let's go together and transcend that ego, break through it, and in layman terms, stop giving up duck of what people think of you and just do what you need to do. I hope it's easy for all of you, for all of us. I don't feel that that reading calls me in any way, shape, or form, but what do I know, right? I might be confronted with it and then be like, what did the card say? So, brace yourself, love yourself. First of all, be compassionate to yourself. And then, I'll see you Monday on the flip side. You'll come back on Monday and tell me what happened. But until then, please, please, please never forget that you are loved. Bye bye.